Hello, all you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is your friend Birdie coming at you fast in the morning with some smooth jazz. No, I'm just kidding. But I did recently wake up, so I still have that super sexy morning voice. Okay, I'm gonna stop making this cringy. And I just decided to make a video. It's just that kind of day because we're making a Howitzer video. Holy shit, we're finally doing it, guys. So many of you guys asked for a Howitzer in-depth Paragon hero guide. And that's what we're going to be doing. But it's not really in-depth because Howitzer's pretty simple to play, actually. I'm not going to lie. So here is how you actually farm up with Howitzer. Obviously, you're going to want to get them last shots. And if you see one or two minions that are really low, but they're not low enough for you to last hit with your auto, you can use your long-range missile, and also, doing so, staying out of the range of the opposing caster or whoever else is on the other side of that lane. So you want to utilize Howitzer's range. That is how you want to play with Howitzers. You want to utilize his range because as soon as he gets in range with the enemies, it's really hard for him to survive. He's not too strong when it comes to health. Okay, he is pretty squishy. He is a caster after all. But you can utilize his abilities to keep them at range and to keep yourself at range as well. So let's go over the slotting. So the first thing you want to slot is his R2000 long range rocket. Of course, that's his square or his Q, and that's just going to help you with farming and just dealing damage in general. That's going to be your most damage dealing attack besides your ultimate. So you definitely want to make sure that you slot into it every time you can when the upgrade occurs. Then you want to go into your bounce back grenades, as I like to call them, or your E. This will actually send out trip mines on the ground that will explode after 5 seconds, which you can detonate early by pressing E again. And this will either send you flying away from the enemy if you bounce yourself correctly. So if you're standing on the edge of it and you explode it, you will actually fly. Or you can bounce your enemy away because obviously, it's a knockback. So you can either bounce them towards you, away from you. You can bounce yourself away from them or towards them if you want. You can use it in a lot of different ways. And being able to use it correctly is probably the difference between a bad and a good howitzer. So make sure you get used to those landmines. Next thing you want to go with is the R1, the slow grenade. And that's just going to help you slow them because it's an AoE slow. And you want to build Howitzer. You guys aren't going to see the whole build because they surrender, but you want to build him with damage, obviously. You want to build him with mana regen. You want to build him with a little bit of cooldown reduction late game to get his abilities off quicker. And here's a great example of his ult. His ult is just so good in the jungle where they have very minimal mobility and they can't get away. And that's when you usually want to be able to use your ult. Using your ult without them having mobility restraints is very difficult because they can usually just walk out of it. So always pair your ult with like a Decker ult or a pull from Grux or a pull from Richter or something like that is the best way to do it. You could also use your ultimate to escape, and that's usually a really good way to use it. Is if somebody ganks you, if somebody attacks you, if somebody wants to kill you, then you could use your ult to get away from it, like that Gideon ult right there. Just ult right on top of it, hit him with the long range, maybe miss it, but you still hit him with your ult, and he's gonzo. So the thing with that ultimate is that the final rocket does a super insane amount of damage, so you want to make sure you try and get that off. Another thing you can do during your ultimate is actually use your abilities in mid-air, so you can use your long-range rocket. You can shoot off your bounce-back mines and actually bounce them back into your ult. There's a lot of combos that you can do with the ult. And Howitzer's really good at ganking. Here's an example of how to use the bounce back mines. You shoot it behind them, you shoot the ult, you bounce them back into your ult so they can't get out of it, and then they're screwed, dude, because they literally can't move out of it. So that is a good example of how to use it. And like I said, you could also throw out the mines when you are in the middle of the air during your ult, like a badass bomber, the BB. So besides that, using your abilities well in conjunction with your ult, you also want to make sure that you keep yourself at bay as much as possible. You want to keep yourself at range. Howitzer does do a good amount of damage now as a caster, and his range has been increased since this last update, which is why I decided to make a video on him now, because I feel like he's in a good spot right now. Is he the best hero in the game? Still probably not, but he's at least viable, and he's good in certain team comps, especially if you have a Decker to cage in the enemy, and then rain down pain with Howitzer and his ultimate. So that's about it, guys. I mean, you always want to upgrade your rocket first, and you want to upgrade your trip mine, and you want to upgrade your slow third, but you want to prioritize your slow over your trip mine when upgrading, because your trip mine you're not going to use for damage, you're only going to use it for that knockback ability. Here I get slammed by steel, I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, to get away, that's why. Okay. I missed my long-range rocket on him. That long-range rocket does have a little bit of splash damage, but don't ever rely on it. You always want to make sure that you're kind of leading your shot with it too if you can. But if you miss, you miss. But hey, look at that. Still got the kill with my long-range rocket aiming it at the ground. And that's also a good way to farm jungle minions, by the way, is just shooting out your R1 or, your right click with your slow and then shooting out your rocket. To insta-kill the camps. And again, he's a great ganker, this guy. Okay? Jump out of the jungle with your ult, shoot him out of there, use your long-range rocket in the middle of your ult, and just deal a massive amount of damage. So here you're just going to see me continue to build into my damage after I built into my mana regen. You guys can see the whole build in my Beast Builds video guide on Howitzer that I will release shortly after I release this video for all of those in the present. If you're watching this very far into the future, then it's already out. You guys can go check that out. I gotta start linking these videos because I keep getting comments where people are like, can you show us the whole deck build thing? And I'm just like, I can't really dictate how long the games go, so I can't do that. Look at that Howitzer dodge on the steel ult, by the way. And the Decker caged them into the ult, and that's it, and it's GG. So when you use the Decker ult and Howitzer ult in conjuncture, it's pretty insane. But that's about it, really. I mean, Howitzer doesn't have too crazy mobility. Make sure you use your bombs whenever you're getting the hint that they're gonna start attacking you, that they're just started attacking you. Like the earlier you use your bounce back to get yourself farther from the enemy, the better, because then the earlier it goes on cooldown. And the quicker you get yourself in long range distance. So I'm actually, over here farming, just chilling, minding my own business in my own lane, when all of a sudden I get hit by a stupid ass, lousy ass, dumbass, trash can looking ass Grim. I mean, I see him coming, but he's just like I don't understand. Like, he's just so intent on killing me. Like, I use my bounce back grenades, but I hit the wall on accident. He bounces me farther away. I'm just like, okay, he's not going to attack me. What the fuck? He's attacking me under my own tower. What the fuck? This is a maniac. What the fuck is he doing? Okay. All right, whatever. But yeah, they go on to surrender in the game. So hopefully I made myself clear this game with these tips, guys. It's really simple, guys. Stay out of range with Howitzer. Use all of his abilities in conjunction. Use his bounce back and his long range rocket while you're in midair with his ult. Make sure you're ganking a lot too. He's really good at ganking. Whatever you're laning, just try and farm up as well as you can by keeping the enemy away from you and as far away from you as possible range-wise. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, make sure you all have a wonderful day.